Okay, good morning to all practitioners of Dugukan. Once again, mayang buntag sa tanan. Nya, wala ta maka-online o as 4 exactly kay ang ato ang signal dire sa internet wala man na connect, but spiritually naka-connecta sa ato ang mga kagalingon spiritually. So it's okay. Then the good thing is, even though wala ta maka-online diretso sa alas 4 sa kadlawon, but still we are doing our online Art of Life 172. So that's good. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Brent Brian is online, and my my warmest regards to everybody. Mayong buntag sa inyong tanan. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. And Maribik also, good morning. And Jalian, good morning, everybody. And magbabuti yung online exercise of Art of Life 172. So ganito talagang mga activities. But then if we don't have internet connection, but we have spiritual connection. So yung spiritual connection is mostly important. So the online reel of Art of Life 172 is I was going fine, and still we are live from FB, and we are live from Supreme Superlight, and just right now we are now live. Ngayon lang tayo nakapasok sa internet, kanina hindi tayo nakapasok. So my my concern for all people waiting for our online broadcast, but anyway it's okay because as I said, hindi man tayo nakapasok hindi tayo naka-online sa internet alas 4 ng umaga, pero ngayon naka-online tayo at kayo din nakagawa ng online drill sa Angels Contaction Connection. So yan ang maganda. Pag wala tayong internet, it's okay, we are still able to fulfill the activities. So this is how we are going to do the inner cultivation. Itong inner cultivation, pag like today, mayroon tayong quarantine. So hindi tayo makagawa sa ating mga dapat mga gawain sa ating mga activities because there is ongoing lockdown. But doon sa spiritual, although mayroong mga blockages ang surrounding when it comes to traveling, pero marami tayong magagawa in this way. So ang ato ang mga online kanya, ang ito yung kagabi ang ating mga spiritual study. Ang iba nakagawa ng mga spiritual study, ang iba rin parang papasok pa yung mga correction to have conscious astral journey. Anyway, that is okay kay kailangan nyo sa conscious astral journey yung enhancement sa katawan para yung katawan yung katawan maka-line, maka-receive and ma-enhance sa conscious astral journey. Itong kailangan sa conscious astral journey, ang kailangan ang ma-conscious ang consciousness, the process of separation between the physical body and the astral body. So kailangan talagang may consciousness nga aware yung physical body sa separation between the physical body and the conscious body. Pag magawa na ninyo yan, okay, yan na yung umpisa sa mga maraming enjoyment ninyo sa spiritual study. Okay, good morning sa everyone. Good morning to everyone. Everyone now joining the conference. So this is our live conference. Nandito kami ngayon sa Cebu at kayo sa different places of the country, including outside the country. So my warmest regards to everyone, and welcome back again joining in this conference. And as we go forward, okay, we are going to to celebrate the divine connection that we have. And nice spiritual study for everyone. So this is the beginning that we are going to always do celebrate, to always do advanced spiritual study. So we will begin, of course, again, as I said, we will begin with conscious astral journey. So money yun ang basic. Ang basic sa advanced spiritual study, we must begin with the conscious astral journey. Pag ma-enhance itong ating katawan, ating consciousness, we can tune up with the advanced divine connection. Okay, diyan na tuloy-tuloy na yan. Tuloy-tuloy na yung you can do conscious astral journey. Good morning sa lahat. Good morning ni Pasita. Good morning sa lahat. Okay, Aliging Mayed, Matan Cherel, and everyone, good morning. Okay, morning kasi ngayon. Dito, alas 5 na. We tried to mag-online tayo sa account, pero itong ating connection, hindi nakapasok. Pag hindi tayo makapasok materially, so papasok tayo spiritually. Okay. Ngayon is 5-5. So, ano ba yung 5-5 activation? So, power in or failure. So, which will you choose, power or failure? Okay, so life is a choice. If we want to choose, make our choice to become successful, we are victorious in the endeavor of life. So it must be, we are going to choose the inner cultivation. So inner cultivation is an art also of becoming victorious. So as we are having our energy cultivation, and that is powerful energy, inner cultivation. So it is an endeavor to become victorious in life. So other or some people will never mind to have inner cultivation. So that's why many trials in life that those trials are difficult to overcome. Dili dayon nila masulbad ang mga pagsulay sa kinabuhi. Anyway, there are still people doing art of life by this time, because there's still signal to people doing art of life 172. Anyway, we are coming from the different place. Yung mga ibang mga tao, wala pa sila nag-art of life ngayon kasi sa kanila ngayon is gabi pa. Yung mga ibang mga lugar na hindi like us at the same time with our Philippine time. So sa atin ngayon dito sa Pilipinas, okay, alas 4 ng umaga open na yung collection ng mga angels. Alas 2 ng umaga nga may blessing na yung mga angels. Pero yung blessing ng mga angels para yun sa alas 2 ng umaga doon sa mga elemental dimension. So that's on the third, on the still third dimension, doon sa fourth elemental dimension. Pag alas 4 ng umaga, an hour before sunrise, so sa mga tao na, sa mga human beings na. Ito is why early morning, usually yung mga malakas ang correction. Alas 2 ng umaga, gising na kayo dyan. Gising na. And that's the good time to begin right away your meditation. So, remember the fourth task, yung fourth task natin, early morning, before we do anything, we will do the fourth task, remembering your dream. Especially, nagawa kaya ng spiritual study, then after waking up early morning, you recall your activities in the inner. So, that's why pag hindi ka masyadong conscious, then you can remember those activities in the way of dreams. In the way of dreams. So, recall mo yon lahat. Yan. See it if mayroong mga instruction from the spiritual dimension. But sakali makita mo yung may mga negative na connection, may mga negative meaning na gustong ipalam sa iyo ng spirit guide mo or ng guardian angel mo at saka yung spiritual master. So yan, gawin mo, you have to counter the negative energy by by connecting to the Supreme Master of Wisdom, Supreme Super Light Angels. At doon, i-block mo yung mga negative energies, and not only to block the negative energies, you should also delete the connection. I-delete mo yung connection para hindi na makapinsala or hindi na maka-trouble, cause ng trouble yung mga bad lucks, yung mga negative energies na nakakonek sa'yo. So, this is my advice for everyone. So, yung forecast, importante yung forecast for everybody. So, that is letting yourself become aware all the time. So, then after that, ma-cleanse up na yung mga negative energies because na-discern mo na yung meaning ng activities mo. Either the time to put up powerful shielding. So every day you put up shielding, you put up barrier for for dispelling negative energies. Para yung mga negative energies hindi sila makapasok. So every day you have to check out the surroundings and look at if either there is possible na may butas yung part ng house or may butas yung part yung shielding, and you fill up that butas, and letting you always become secured by the powerful shielding that you have. Anyway, hindi man talaga yung pag you have the shielding na direct connection from the Supreme Super Light Angels, walang butas yan kasi malakas na shielding yan. So, even though when you do conscious astral journey, then malakas yung energy, diretso-diretso lang yan. Malakas ang vibration, and the time perceive mo yung energy sa katawan mo. So, mag-trigger, mag-accelerate siya, will ascend, magsaka siya up to the crown center. Pagdating niya sa crown center, merong jerking siya katawan. So, mag-iilaw yung sa heavenly eye mo, then that's it. You will soar up into the astral. So, ang ganito lang mga exercises, kailangan lang talaga ng guidance at huwag matakot sa mga makikita ng mga elementals. Makikita ka man ng mga elementals in the process of your astral journey. In the process, so while there is accelerations of energies in your physical body, you can see the inner, parang window ba? Pag doon ka na naka-look out ka sa window or sa door in your house, then you are going to get outside of your house. Then pag open mo sa window, nakita mo yung outside surroundings. Ganito rin when you do conscious astral journey. Pag open mo sa heavenly eye mo, so makita mo yung part of the inner, and you will begin to see elementals. You will begin to see elementals because maraming mga entities na also watching on how you are going to get outside of your physical body. So pag makita mo yun sila, then some of them are mischievous, so they will intervene your journey, and sometimes they will try to cause you fear. So magsabi sila, oh, may anong ginawa mo, makapangyarihan ako, and they are capable to see what's your mind, what are the things that you are thinking. So that's why pag makita nila na mayroon kang takot sa mga bagay nga kagaya niyan, may takot ka sa mga there are fears within that they are able to see. So diyan sila mag-attack. Sa destination why pag may takot ka, so magsabi sila na isabi rin nila yung yung bagay na the subject of your fear. Then that's why i-feed up kanila para mas lalong matakot ka. Then if you are not aware with that, so matakot ka talaga, ang mangyari is ano, ma ma-bother yung conscious astral journey mo. And other people are still doing art of life by this time, and it's good because the connection is still intact and powerful, and other people also are not doing art of life. Those yung mga ibang mga practitioners, they are sleeping by this time. So this way, lessons are part of the lessons are yung spiritual awareness. Talagang kailangan yung spiritual awareness, how we are going to overcome the human weaknesses. Itong mga human weaknesses, marami talaga yung mga human weaknesses. Hindi natin ma-enumerate lahat ng mga human weaknesses natin. Ang atin lang ma-experience natin yung mga human weaknesses. Yan, kailangan yan. That's the point why we are going to do inner cultivation para unti-unti na ma-improve natin ang ating mga sarili from from not so powerful hanggang sa maging really powerful. Good morning to Fish de Castro, and good morning sa lahat ng mga nag-join ngayon. I'm glad that we are here. Then Marivic also, good morning. I didn't sleep yet, JM. I did meditation at 2 a.m. Pinas time, and I got some message that I have to touch my husband's palm, palm to palm. And then I put my right palm on his forehead. Then I saw a yellow liquid on his sacral area. What is that mean po, GM? White, sacral yellow. Then I saw.
Is it bad?
I saw. Yes. Okay, yellow liquid on his sacral. Okay, no, it's not bad. It's okay. It's okay. Okay yan. Yung ginawa mo is psychometric finger. So psychometric finger is a process of knowing something by touching the person, touching an object, so that you can read the connection of the thing. Okay, maganda yan. And nakita mo, anyway, wala mang problema yan. Kaya yung yellow na nakita mo, yellow color liquid doon sa sacral, okay lang yan. Kaya that is energy. But we have to scan. I-scan mo yung part ng katawan pag mayroon bang depletion or congestion of energy. Pag mayroon siyang congestion ng energy, so i-heal mo siya baka doon sa part of the sacral. Mayroon siyang congested of energy, and you know that pag mayroong congested ng energy, it can cause the energy imbalance. So talagang i-balance siya para mawala yung mga possible side effects pag mayroon talagang congestion of energy or depletion of energy. Pag congestion yung energy, sobrang energy sa particular part. And then pag depletion, kulang yung energy in that particular part. So to balance it, pag in case of the congestion, so you rid off the excess energy, you balance it, and then in case of depletion, so you put energy. So lagyan mo ng energy. Good morning also to Pasite Gamutan. Good morning. And here, early morning, alas 4 ng almost 5 a.m. So, almost 5 a.m. Alas 5:30 na dito sa Cebu. And alas 5:30 din dyan, kasi we're at the same time in the country. And except for friends, practitioners outside the country, doon sa western country, at saka yung outside the country, India is the same time here. Nice to know that pareha lang tag-oras kay dali ra ta magka-synchronize sa atong mga kalihukan. Ang atong importante ang atong synchronicity sa ato ang mga kalihukan, our synchronicity of our exercises. O niya, ang spiritual study ninyo, continue lang na siya every night. Constant ang iyong practice. Pag constant ang practice ninyo sa conscious astral journey, time will come, you will become enhanced on your exercise. Ang problem man lang, pag hindi natin gagawin yan constant, so it's just like doing bodybuilding. Pag mag-bodybuilding tayo, okay, we want to have body shape or we want to have hard muscle, malaking katawan, malaking muscle. So, the way to do that, you do your exercise on the first day, walang epekto. Second day, ganun din, after the third day. So, the first week of your bodybuilding, parang makita mo wala kang improvement. Instead, sa improvement, what you feel is, you can feel the pain, yung stress, but your effort, in spite of all the efforts that you have done, you gain pain and stress. That's because of the too much effort that you spend on developing your muscle and carrying heavy weights and doing the different stances of exercises. So, in result, na-feel yung katawan mo, pain, muscle pain, and the different mga different feeling, different stress talaga pag when you overuse your muscles kasi mag muscle pain ka, yan, and the first week of your program. But do not be frustrated kasi you are on your first lessons, first early stage of your practice to develop your muscle. Then later on, the second week, when you continue and survive the pain and the stress, you'll do it again and do it and do it. So pag next week, makita mo na yun, mayroon ng improvement. Mayroon ng improvement. The muscle will begin to shape, then it will turn to matigas na yung mga muscles, nag-develop na siya. At saka wala na ring pain and you have your body shape. So the same in the conscious astral journey. And on conscious astral journey, in the first 7 days, then the first 7 days, you can see the many we would say the many parang hindrances ba, hindrances, because many thoughts will come in the time that you want to relax and empty your mind. So hindi ka maka-empty ng mind mo, then you want to sleep, you want to never sleep, you want to to prolong your relaxation and wait your time that your astral body will get out on your physical body. So you to do that, hindi ka talaga makatulog. Mm. But how you are going to do na hindi ka makatulog but yung result ng katawan is as if na you are sleeping. So that the process of the jerking of the energy, the acceleration of energy in the physical body, you can observe it consciously. Yeah, then pag consciously you are able to do that. So, mayroong revolution na malakas ng energy sa katawan. Then the brow center, the third eye center will open. Then makita mo na yung window ng inner. Then right after that, you will soar up into the astral. So, yan. So, don't you prostrate if yung hindi mo nagawa right away yung conscious astral travel, because as I said, it's just like doing bodybuilding. But yung iba, madali lang sa kanila kahit talagang open sila. At saka even though hindi nila gustong mag-get outside the body through astral journey, but sometimes mangyari na they were able to get outside their physical body and they are afraid. They were really afraid, terrified by the experience they had. But don't you worry, because now you have the guidance and how you are going to do it and what are the things that you should not be afraid of. So the only thing that you must be afraid is that you must fear. So there's no fear needed in the conscious astral journey. And once you are able to conquer that, okay, that's good. So that's why going inside the cave, training yourself the connection of the cave. The cave is zero balance when it comes to sight to sight. When you get inside, all you see in the cave, inside the cave, deep inside the cave, even you close your eyes or your eyes are open, you can see the same. When the eyes are closed or open, so you see the same. Ngit-ngit ang makita mo sa langob. But then later on, hinahinay siya, mahayag siya. Okay? Good morning po, Master Natalie Smith. Yes, good morning po, Master Jan. Good morning sa everyone. And Dali, good morning, GM. Okay, good morning sa lahat. Good morning. And nice Angels Contacts and Connection. As we are here on the second day of our Celestial Conference, the Supreme Superlight Angels are sending us divine connection. That's why I call it the bridging divine radiance of the Supreme Master of Wisdom, Supreme Superlight Angels. Brian sent Shion. GM, why sometimes I encountered muscle pain when I'm wake up every morning. I always make sure that my bed is comfortable before I go to sleep. What is that? So, mm, okay. Pag mayroong mga, maybe the cause of your, caused by lying down, prolonged lying down on the bed will cause muscle pain. Mag-aral tayo ng hilot pag mayroon tayong muscle pain, we'll fix it para walang muscle pain after sleeping. Anyway, there are also instances that you are having your experience in the astral kasi yung astral mo, consciousness partly attached in the physical body, and consciousness partly attached also in the conscious in your astral journey, meaning the astral vehicle is at lower level, hindi masyadong energy na nakapasok sa astral vehicle, and the connection of those colors through the silver cords are really may maraming strains of colors na nakakonect sa physical body. So, for example, there is an experience that ang experience mo doon sa astral ay kinagat ka ng snake. So, pag nakagat ka ng snake doon sa astral, you feel the pain, talagang real, you are in the physical body. Oh, ang sakit ng kagat ng bitin. Then when you get back on your physical body, because of that terrifying experience, nakagat ka ng bitin doon sa astral dimension. So you were really terrified. So doon nabalik ka sa katawan mo. But then when you notice, pagbalik mo doon sa katawan mo, ang sakit ng kagat ng bitin sa iyo, ahas, bitin is ahas. So ang sakit ng kagat ng ahas sa iyo sa katawan mo, nandiyan pa talaga yung pain sa physical body mo. But yung kagat doon nangyari sa astral nga dimension. So that's why ito talagang conscious astral journey, you must be enhanced and do it the the enhancement para yung mga experience mo doon sa astral, especially negative experience, you cannot feel it in your physical body. But anyway, isang araw, dalawang araw, tatlong araw lang yan mangyari. Pag masakit yung katawan, right after waking up, then siguro mayroong panuhot. Ano ba ang yung panuhot sa Tagalog? Mayroong in English, wind collect. So, there are so many reasons. So, tingnan lang mo yan pag ano yung reason na when you wake up, masakit yung katawan. Maybe something like energy or something like in the muscle. So, it depends. But I tell you, itong some of the experience sa mga taong astral journey, then ano yung experience nila sa astral vehicle, sometimes especially pag in like that case na nakagat ng ahas, so yung pain na feel nila sa astral body, parang na feel din nila sa physical na body, because the consciousness is believing that nakagat siya ng ahas at saka pag makagat ng ahas, masakit. Yan. But sa astral body lang yan nangyari. But supposedly, hindi mangyari din sa physical body. But anyway, when you are enhanced, walang problema kay it's not a big deal kay ang physical body is not really affected. But when you are enhanced on your training doon sa conscious astral journey, yung mga lesson doon, pwede nimong mag-carry over sa imong physical body. But many of those feats in the astral astral realm na you can do that you cannot do it in the physical, hindi nimo siya madala dito. But the memory, the knowledge, pwede nimo siyang ma-absorb, and the time that pag ma-absorb siya sa consciousness mo, you have to practice it until you can get your mastery. Mayroon kang masterpiece sa mga ginawa mo, mga lessons na mga good lessons in life na pwede mo magpa doon sa astral na dimension. Okay, joining now also is Matan Generous. Good morning, Matan. And good morning also ni Brad Edwin. Early morning, magang gumising para mag-Art of Life and makakonect sa mga angels of the Supreme Triple Light. So, ito, advantage ito. Pag ibang mga tao, walang mental discipline, early morning, they cannot wake up. Pag wake up na nila, diretso na sa mga usual activities, preparing sa mga bagay-bagay para makaumpisa sa mga trabaho. Pag magpunta sa office, okay, makapunta na sila sa office and then experiencing all the traffics and all the trials in the surroundings. Early morning pa din pagdating sa office, then diretso-diretso na magtrabaho na sa mga gawain doon sa office o sa field, magtrabaho na sa gawain sa field during the normal day, wala nang lockdown. Pero ngayon, kay may lockdown man tayo ngayon, so binigyan tayo ng pagkakataon na magagawa ng ating enhancement training. So right after waking up early morning, magdiretso-diretso na sa 4 tasks. Remember the 4 tasks. These tasks are important. Parang exercises ito na dinagdag mo sa daily routine mo. And yung program, pag you have this task, just like, kagaya lang yan pag mayroon tayong cellphone, ang pinakaunang gawin ninyo, you have the cellphone, you look at your message in the cellphone, okay lang. Pag yung message ng mga tao, okay, punta ako dyan, dalhan kita ng 10,000, dalhan ka na ng 20,000, okay lang, news na yan. You have positive vibration. Pag yung basa mo sa cellphone, mga bad news, so early morning, you are opening your day with negative energy. So, forget mo na yung mga message, forget na yung ibang mga activities, but resort first. Do first your 4 tasks. Yan, talaga okay yan, positive yan. Do not do anything first. Then after that, okay, diretso ka na sa Art of Life. And right after doing Art of Life, okay, that's the time. Tingnan mo na yung mga message ninyo sa cellphone. Anong mga message? Pag mayroong mga negative message dyan, talagang shielded ka na. May protection ka na. Ang kailangan na yan, mostly important itong powerful shielding. So, powerful shielding, itong consciousness natin, nakakunik always sa positive energy, peace and harmony. Pag wala tayong peace and harmony, malakas yung shielding sa katawan natin kasi from the bridging of the divine radiance of the Most High Supreme Super Light Angels, but ang consciousness natin confused. Marami tayong mga inisip na mga negative. And we are always inflicting negative thoughts sa sarili natin. That's why pag itanong natin ano yung mga causes na may ang tao magkasakit, maraming mga causes ng mga tao, why mga tao makafeel talaga ng mga negative energies. And one is negative thought. Itong mga negative thought, hindi mabuti itong mga negative thought. We are creating troubles within. Our mind are thinking negative thoughts and negative vibrations. Good morning everyone. Good morning sa tanang mga nag-join o good morning sa mga wala pa mo join. And also now watching is Dugokan Martial Arts Panama. So hello Myra and hello Edwin and welcome sa ating conference and I'm glad to see you here and looking forward to see you in person in our site and our site. We miss you all now. And someday I'm looking forward na how we are going to reach also in your place so we can have all together activities of Art of Life 172. So the propagation is an advocacy that we are to share the enlightenment to the rest brothers and sisters as we are ordained for that to do so by the inner. So inner. So our divine connection is expanding, accelerating its energy as the Supreme Superlight Angels, bridging the divine radiance, releasing the light for the entire humanity, and the planet itself is accelerating its energy on its process of ascension. So this is an ascension process. All the activities which are happening now in the planet are part of the ascension process we're in. And the ascension process, the people should align, receive, and adapt powerful energies. It is inherent, so it means natural. Natural, but it's not natural for people that shall fail to receive, align, and adapt the expansion of energy. And the expansion of energy, once you are filled to align and receive and adapt the ongoing expansion of energy that will cause energy imbalance. And when you have energy imbalance, so many consequences that will come that will experience by a person that has energy imbalance. So the the healing needed now by this time, everyone needs healing. So I mean what I mean for healing, healing of life, healing of nature. So we must not be separated by the vital essences of nature. Today we are having inner cultivation. We use water. Kindly give me water. We are going to use water for our food today. So we are going to eat food, but not the usual food that we are going to eat every day. We are going to eat water, vital essence of water, and blessing the water by the power of the Supreme Master of Heaven, and to make that water powerful substance, powerful energy for the physical body. So everyone, you have to prepare your glass of water so that as I said, we are going to eat together in our for our meal. So this is our meal today, early morning. Then this is 24 hours we are having inner cultivation, and this is good because today we do not eat the usual food that we often eat, the common food that we eat every day. So it means to say we are in the for the fish in the physical side we are detoxing. We are detoxing, cleansing the toxins of our body by having fasting. But this is not fasting, this is inner cultivation. And inner cultivation is designed to strengthen up the energy body. How you are going to strengthen up your energy body? Use vital essence of nature. Use vital essence of nature. So meaning activate the energy of the water. Activate the energy of the fruit that you are going to eat in case you are only going to eat fruits and vegetables. If the modality is eating food and vegetables, or we are a rotarian, vegetarian, so there are vital essences of nature that we are going to activate in the fruits and vegetables. But by this time we are not using fruits and vegetables, we are using water. And if we are using also air, so that's breatharian. We do not take water to supplement energy for the body, but we take air, that is office 1 and 2. By this time we use water and making water the food, the living water, making the living water food for the soul. food for the physical body. Nutrients, vitamins, minerals, proteins, all the vitamins and minerals we can get from the food, that the usual food that we eat. We are going to get energy out from the foods that we eat. Here we are still going to get energy from the water that we take. So we are going to drink water, and this is designed to to increase, to accelerate the cleanse up the energy tunnels in the physical body, and this is also designed to feed up much more powerful energy for your physical body and soul body. Good morning to Anne, and nice exercise of Art of Life. As I said, wala kami naka-online, hindi nakapasok yung signal namin dito sa internet, so sa material hindi nakapasok, but sa spiritual we are always present. Sa spiritual, we are always present. So nice everybody, although hindi tayo nakabigay ng instruction early morning, but wala man tayo makapasok sa internet, pero ginawa ninyo yung online drill ninyo sa Art of Life. Maayong mga kahimuan sa inyong tanan. Kay ang online na to, spiritual, hindi yun mabother, hindi mablakan ng mga material. That's good. Haliging bulalakaw, mayang buntag GM samtang nag-execute mi ganiha alas 4 sa buntag sa Art of Life gestures. Kita man ko siya nisiga akong kumagpo sa tiil, murag spark ang hayag, pero wala man ko ka-feel o kuryente, spark. Wala ko ka-feel o kuryente. Okay. Baliw ra ko aning okay na do. So that's a sign of energy connection. Makita nyo yan. Mag-ilaw yung katawan ninyo. Pag hindi mag-ilaw yung katawan ninyo, makakita kayo. Kasi pag yan kasi inner cultivation, pag mag-expand na yung mga connection mo with the advanced inner realm, maraming mga wonders na makakita mo. That's why I said na when you are in the world of inner cultivation, marami kang makikita. You can see the many wonders of life. Yan parts ng mga wonders of life. Marami pa kang ma-discover at makita. Maraming mga ma-discover ninyo sa inner cultivation, kasi itong inner cultivation is really the one of the wonders of life. So if you want to see the wonders of life, begin your inner cultivation, because it means many things. It means advanced spiritual study, conscious astral journey, conscious astral travel, awakening, the knowing of your higher self. Yan yung inner cultivation. That is truly wellness, holistic art. Okay, just finished our Art of Life doing inside, rainy outside. Yes, likewise also here, this is good because this is blessing. Mayroon na tayong ulan. Kaya ngayon, mayroon activities ang mga angels. They bless the people that join, and likewise, they bless also the Mother Earth. Mayroong blessing ngayon. Mayroong blessing. Yung mga tanim ngayon, masyadong mainit ngayon sa country natin. Walang ulan. But then if you notice, the last year, okay pa lang yun. Mayroong tubig pang yung ibang mga river, mga sapa. But ngayon, in the more of the rivers, walang tubig. At saka talagang mainit. So that's why, ngayong tuig na yun, ngayon, huwaw karon. Huwaw. Sabot na ng huwaw, drought. And it will affect the farming industry. So, pag mayroong huwaw, maapektaran yung farming industry. So, it will add to the famine. So, kailangan siyang dapat may ulan rin. So, blessing. So, this is a good blessing. So, anyway, if you did your exercise inside the house, it's okay, because that is really the precise thing we are going to do. If we cannot do it outside, online, outside in the field, or just do it inside the house, inside the room, because it's the same, the connection will be given, but we can receive the connection. So good morning, Engineer Kirby, and also now joining everybody that joined the conference. Good morning to everyone. Then good morning to Mera and Edwin, and they're in Panama. I'm glad that you are joining, and this is our oneness with all the stars, and we are online now. Still, we are online live broadcast sa FB, and we are here. We are appearing in the screen on this in our cell phone, in our gadget. We are also in the screen of the Supreme Super Light Angels. So this is the good thing that we should realize, that while we are here joining the conference, itong mga angels makita nila tayo on the exercises that we are doing right now. So we are doing the exercises. So we are visible in the screen of higher dimension. And anyway, everybody is visible in the screen of higher dimension. But what do I mean? Ito tayo, visible tayo na we are in the active and online and in alignment with the purpose of the bridging of divine radiance. And my blessings talaga yung mga tao na nag-align sa kanilang mga consciousness, energy, life with the supreme consciousness. So, manang tinatawag ng ibang mga tao na mayroong collective consciousness, yung na higher consciousness. So, the higher consciousness is the supreme self, consciousness, energy, life now, embodiment of the mysterious lights manifesting the skies. So itong mga supreme super light angels getting closer for the people to receive the message, and for the people to be aided in the spiritual awakening. So the book, I would like to remind everyone that if you have the copy of the book of What's a Divine Revelation, that would be good. So when you have time, you can read the book, and more of my discussion, I will base it in the context of the book. So the Supreme Master of Heaven will manifest in the clouds of fire. So in the clouds of fire, when you read the Bible, it is many times mentioned clouds of fire, pillars of clouds, because those manifestations of the Most High during in the past were more often in the clouds of fire or pillars of clouds. The ancient writers of the Bible describe those manifestations into fire or pillars of cloud, because any light in the past that the people had seen would be described into fire. So, describe nila into fire. So, that's happened also, that the time that they saw the manifestations of God, the manifestations of the angel in the form of fire. So, they describe it into clouds of fire or pillars of cloud. So, people could see and believe the words of wisdom. So, without, without actual deeds, without illustration in that concern, so people will not believe. So when we say mysterious lies, the supreme superlight angels or angels of the Most High or the host of heavens are getting closer to aid the people, to give divine support, divine connection, the purpose of enlightenment of the entire humanity. So people will not believe if they do not see. So that's why, if by way of educating the people to the lessons of angels contact and connection, people will see them on sky. They can see on sky. At first, give we'll just give data to anyone that there are mysterious lights manifesting the skies. People call them aliens, but they are not aliens. People call them satellites, but they are not satellites. And that's the purpose also of the book. We will give books so people can read the book, that can read the literature. Then, as they go forward reading, so they can find something important information in the book, very useful in their journey of life. So the book is important, and we can also share the message of the angels. That's the reason why we are the vehicle instrument of light. We are the instrument of light. We are going to carry the divine radiance, the light, the message of the Supreme Master of Wisdom. So their message will be shared to the people in the entire planet. There is the precise lesson how we are going to share the lessons, actual illustrations in holistic art. Okay, though angels contact and connection, our version is this is holistic art, good for the body, mind, soul, and spirit, good for the health. People need exercise by this time, as the surroundings now are filled with so much negative trials in the surroundings, the trials of peace and harmony, the negative energies lingering in the surroundings that would affect the balance of your peace and harmony. So we need exercise, enhancing the energy of the physical body, accelerating those energies, and expanding our silver cord. This is important. Silver cord is your connection with your higher connected bodies. And for the energy to accelerate, first there is a need to expand the silver cord. Just likewise in the case of your conscious astral journey, once the silver cord is expanded, so you can easily do it. You can easily go consciously in the astral realm. And there is a need to expand the silver cord. This is one thing I forgot, that we have to work out constant practice so that to expand the silver cord. Just like when you want to expand your muscle, so you go bodybuilding. So to expand the muscle, you keep doing carrying heavy object, then until it will expand your muscle. So constant exercise is natural. There's no such a thing shortcut method, because when you go with a shortcut, there is always side effect, because we are dealing here stronger energy when we're in to use the shortcut method. It might be the physical body, the muscles are not used to that. So the muscles will feel the pains and the side effects of tremendous or much powerful energy that the muscle cannot sustain. So that's why we should go not in the shortcut. We should go in the natural way. Natural way, but it will not it will not delay your progress. It will not delay your progress because it is the faster way. It is the faster way how we are going to accelerate and enhance your energy and expand your silver cord. So one thing that we should remember, we must expand our silver cord, and the way to expand our silver cord is constant exercise of Art of Life 172. It is already programmed in the spiritual dimension that the exercises in the Art of Life 172 are designed to expand your silver cord, are designed to expand your consciousness, energy, light, and life. Because the bridging is ongoing. Bridging is bridging. They are actually sending the advanced energies by tunneling of energies. This is why we have spiritual energy stations. This is why the correct term is tunneling or bridging, because when you go to astral dimension, you go through the tunnels of energy, through the silver cord. And that's why I call it rainbow bridge of light. So unveiling inner truth in the exercise of Art of Life 172 are supreme superlight angels that shall often manifest the skies during online drill of the seed art of life by the practitioners of Bibukan, because there are so many sightings around the world, but people are not familiar. They do not have the knowledge of those are supreme superlight angels. What they have heard commonly, they are using the informations of unidentified flying and objects, so UFO, believing that there are other civilizations which are far advanced than humans on Earth. Well, in fact, many light workers in the world talking about star brothers, aliens getting closer to help the people, and that's why there are many contacts in the world and different versions of information. But what we are talking not to is what we are talking is never not to confuse our mind, but not to confuse also the rest brothers and sisters. We are in holistic art. We'll just bring the people in the holistic art and focus for the development of the body, development of the health. Then as we go along later on, people that will do holistic art, they will realize that holistic art, we are healthy when our soul is healthy. And our soul is healthy when our spirit also is substantive. So we must have the development of the body, mind, soul, and spirit. And the way to do that, okay, do your exercise. Sometimes it's difficult to do exercise, especially when you have heavy body. You don't like you don't like sports, outdoor sports. You don't like jogging. Also, you don't like to go to the gym and do your physical fitness. So there are so many reasons why people do not do their exercises, and the time that they would do their exercises, the time that they already suffered stroke. But that's different because if we understand that stroke is not good and it's quite a difficult situation wherein you are in the position that you cannot any longer maximize your energy potential. So as earlier as now before that happened, you have to experience stroke. Never experience stroke. As earlier as now, do your part for your very own health. Apply holistic art. So this is what we are doing. We are going to encourage the people in the holistic art. Enjoy in the physical fitness and spiritual fitness. People are focused on the physical fitness. We are doing spiritual fitness. And when we do focus on spiritual fitness, the physical body will experience substantive energy. When we have substantive energy that comes from the powerful foundation of our spiritual side, from the innermost of our spirituality, so the physical body will become stronger. So that's the reason why we are not afraid. You are not afraid of any viruses because viruses cannot harm you. Negative psychic attacks cannot harm you. The toppling down of human weaknesses and blinding ignorance, it means spiritual martial arts. Without spiritual martial arts, it's difficult. It is very difficult to topple down human weaknesses. The first thing that we do not know there is negative psychic attack. We do not know the negative energies in the surroundings. What we have seen in the surroundings are people doing anything, doing negative or positive. But we are ignorant about negative energies, that negative vibrations that cause energy contamination on our energy body, that cause bad lucks in our lives. So because we do not know, we are ignorant with that concern. We cannot also counter the invisible, negative invisible. So what we are arranging our consciousness now is we are arranging to counter the invisible negative energy that can cause us negative. So we are being influenced by negative energies if we do not know how to counter that negative energies. So we must be able to see that negative energies. We must be able to perceive the negative energies so that we can counter. So that's the reason why we are to go into resorting, why we resort in our practice in the holistic art. So the meaning of the holistic art, because we are in the essence of spirituality, we are not doing business, commercial approach. So we are going to resort in the vital part, the most vital part in holistic art. The holistic art that we're talking is development of the body, mind, soul, and spirit. People are having funness with developing the body shaping, and making the body like rock, very hard, not difficult, very hard. Muscle like metal, very powerful. Then for the ladies, um, body fit, body shaping, because the concept is, if you have powerful muscle, if you have beautiful body, so you are pleasing to the people. But what about the soul that is forgetting the spiritual side? That is mostly important, because when it comes to trials of life, without powerful energy, without powerful, without soul realization, we are not ready for the trials of life. So that's why many people suffer depression, and they cannot solve the depression that they are experiencing, because of the lack of spirituality. The soul level is very weak. The soul level is very weak. So if your soul is weak, that's because you are not able to activate your divine radiance. You're not able to receive the bridging of divine radiance of the Most High. Now, we have now this opportunity. There is a practical lesson called Art of Life 172. The angels are visible by the naked eyes. When you just do your angels contacts and connection at the given time, so you will see the angels of the Supreme Light. And we are given the lessons how we are going to connect to them, especially the time that they are manifesting in the skies. But first, we have to resort the art of knowing that they are angels getting closer. They are not aliens, because aliens, they are also mortal physical. But that, by this time, we do not talk about aliens, because that is not our topic. We are going to talk angels of the Supreme Mind. And they are getting closing here for us, to have us develop our spiritual side, spiritual foundation. So this is the point in time that we are going to walk our life into the final journey, into the final destiny of ascension. We are in the process of our purification. We are in the process of our purification, ascension of our lives into higher dimension. So, unveiling the inner truth in the exercise of Art of Life 172 are the Supreme Super Life Angels. So, the lessons are released by the Supreme Master of Heaven, and we must take good care of that lesson and share the lessons. We will not keep that lesson in our cabinet. We will not keep that lesson in in the house without sharing the lessons to the rest brothers and sisters. As Supreme Master of Wisdom, Akarastar is telling us that this is the precise way how we are going to help the enlightenment of our brothers and sisters, how we are going to enlighten our mind, our heart. So this is the time that we are going to discern what's the thinking of our heart. We have so many thoughts that will come in our mind. Every second we have more than 40,000 thoughts that will come in our mind, that will come in, and we have we are, in fact, so many people are having so much trouble by the many thoughts, the negative thoughts affecting their mind. But then we are here now thinking the the most powerful connections that can cleanse up the negative energies in our surroundings. So thought follows energy. So we begin first, think it that there is positive energy. Then there is divine radiance from the Most High. Then after we can connect, okay, enhance, receive, align, and adapt. So the bridging happens basically by connecting our thoughts to the Supreme Super Light Angel. So which thought that we are going to connect? Which thought that we are going to connect? Okay, the mind is like a factory of thoughts. It will produce thoughts. It will receive vibrations. It will receive informations from the inner, as well as it will receive informations from the external and the surroundings. So we begin with connecting. When which thought that we are going to connect? Okay, we should connect the thoughts of our within, heart consciousness and mind consciousness, or from the brain, connect all together connect to the supreme cell. So that's why it's called supreme cell, consciousness, energy, light, and life. As we are cell also, we are consciousness, energy, light, and life. Likewise also the supreme cell. We are going to connect with the supreme cell so that we could have powerful consciousness, energy, light, and life. And we must train our physical body so the physical body can receive, align, and adapt the advanced consciousness, energy, light, and life. And many people do not are not are not susceptible with advanced energy, even though our muscle is very strong, because we do bodybuilding, we do weights, we do physical fitness every day. But that doesn't mean that it is susceptible with powerful energy. And in fact, many powerful muscles, it become powerful because you do your physical fitness. But what about the spiritual, the energy body? So it must be also the energy body is powerful. And how you are going to do your energy body becomes powerful. You do also spiritual fitness. And this is the point why you do Art of Life 172. So the Art of Life was released by the Supreme, again, it was released by the Supreme Master of Wisdom through 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 in the way of advanced spiritual study. So I get the lessons from the Supreme Masters of this from the Supreme Master of Wisdom through inner spiritual study or inner or spiritual study. And the lessons comprising of 72 lessons. And even though you cannot memorize the 72 lessons of Art of Life 172, it's good that you have 10 lessons of Art of Life 172. In the coming days, you can use it even on your conscious astral journey when you can meet big powers in the inner or in the astral. Then, for example, in actual engagement, you are fighting against negative energy. You meet engagement or fighting in the astral using powers. You can use the gestures of Art of Life 172, and then you will see how powerful you are in the astral. But if you are not learning any of the gestures of Art of Life 172, you are in the astral, then you can see energies, actual engagement. You are fighting with some entities, for example. Then you cannot defeat your opponent having tougher powers in the astral by using weapon, by using punching, by using your hands, using your feet. You are going to punch, you are going to kick. You cannot use you cannot defeat the tougher enemies when you meet, in case you meet enemies in the astral realm with just mere punching or kicking, or you have your weapon, sword. You cannot defeat the tougher enemy in the astral, because those are bigger power compared to your power. So what you need is spiritual martial arts. Spiritual martial arts that you can delete even the entire mountain because of your energy. You can delete an ocean of demonic souls because you have power in the astral. So that's why it is very important to learn astral travel, wherein simultaneous of your learning you have the knowledge of angels contacts and connection. I am just talking about this in this way so that why those souls are having sufferings in the astral or in the inner realm, especially in the astral dimension. That's because they are weak souls. They are weak souls and they cannot overcome tougher enemies. So when they are weak soul, so what will happen for the weak souls? Again, what will happen for the weak souls in the astral? So possibility they shall be tortured by bigger powers in the astral. So that's the worst thing that will happen to a person who is not prepared his life to travel into the astral, especially by process of death. There is no much big difference between traveling in the astral where the body dies and traveling the astral where the body that does not dies. It's the same. The only big difference when you travel in the astral realm, with the physical body is alive, you can get back into your physical body. Okay, remember, when you travel in the astral realm with your physical body alive, you shall get back on your physical body because there is a cord connecting between your physical body and your astral body. But then, when you travel in the astral realm, where your physical body dies, the physical body is dead. Because definitely, it is certain that when the physical body dies, the astral, the soul, your soul will take into the vehicle, which is called astral vehicle, to travel into the astral. It's not actually heaven, but people are believing that after the physical body will die, will go to heaven. If it is good, we'll go to heaven. If it is bad, we'll go to hell. That is the belief of many people. There are many people believing that people after the death of the physical body will go to heaven or will go to hell. But it's not really the case. After the physical body dies, the soul will go, will soar up into the astral realm. But in what if your soul in that astral vehicle is very weak? So you are tortured. The soul that will, any soul that will travel in astral realm through a weak vehicle of the astral shall be tortured, shall experience the difficulties of life in the astral realm. If we can exist here in the physical body for, say, let's say 100 years old, okay, let's give an allowance because we are doing inner cultivation. So a person exists, a person that does inner cultivation could exist in the physical body for 1,000 years. You know, let's say, but no person can exist by this time 1,000 years, except for people who decided to go in the mystical sides and preserve their life and prolong the physical body. So meaning they can prolong their physical body and discover the secret of longevity and rejuvenation, the secret of immortality. So they will never die. But there is a secret place for that, not here, that revealed for the many people. But some people already into that practice already. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, what happened to someone in the astral vehicle, wherein the soul in that astral vehicle, the astral vehicle is weak. So a person in the astral world wherein riding the vehicle in a weak astral vehicle will meet the negative consequences of being weak in the astral. And how how long he will take to suffer that vehicle. Okay, consider if a person is aging 100 years old here in the physical body and experiencing difficulties of time, these difficulties of the experience in life because of the situation, very poor, illness, bad lucks, and all those negative energies, then he has no power to overcome all those trials of his life or her life in the physical existence. The same in the astral realm, and even much worse in the astral realm. A soul who is very weak in the astral realm could suffer not only 100 years, not only 100 years, not only 1,000 years, but quietly long period of time. So that's why this is the time that we must arrange our life. That while we have this physical existence, we already resort our cultivation on advance on the most powerful foundation of spiritual to prepare ourselves for higher exercises. But I'm talking about astral journey. A person in the astral realm having weak physical body or weak consciousness, energy, light, and life shall suffer the many negative outcasts, negative energies in the astral realm. That is truly bad lucks, and the sufferings would last equivalent on your earthly existence, not only 100 years. It could be a 500 years equivalent or even more than that. So this is the reason why if you travel in astral realm, you can see many souls, and it's normal when you realize it's normal that your consciousness will perceive. Okay, at first you have mercy for those souls, victims of negative psychic attacks, victims of demonic possessions, but they are very, very, very pitiful in the astral realm.
They are being tortured by the negative consequences in life. And that's because they are not ready to travel in the astral. But good if they have physical body, because once they die in the astral realm, they will immediately get back on their physical body. So that's also one of the uses of the physical body. When you are in the astral realm, once you die in the astral realm, you will just immediately get back to your physical body, and you will wake up and remembering your bad experience in the astral, if it was bad experience. But then if you don't have physical body, once you die in the astral realm, you really die. You lose your vital essences of life. Then once you die because you don't have physical body, you really die in the astral realm, because the astral vehicle is not immortal. It is still mortal physical. Remember, it is still mortal physical. So once you die in the astral realm without a physical body, you cannot return on your physical body, because there is no physical body that where you can return. So that's why you must take good care of your physical body. And there are so many secrets in life that we should discover in this journey of life. That's why I said we must go beyond belief. I'm encouraging everyone to go into actual inner discovery, because once you do that, it is natural for you that you go beyond belief, because you know what things are right and what things are not in that precise truth, because you have done your experience there. The powerful souls in the astrals are those souls having learned spiritual martial arts, and they can overcome demonic an ocean of demonic souls. Even they are not even fit to dwell in the hell. Me, I would say that just do it, because if you have that kind of knowledge in your spiritual connection, let's just put it in this way: believe. I believe that there is hell. Then when the time that comes, I realize that I have this divine radiance of the Most High. Okay, I learn conscious astral travel and enhance my. I have my masterpiece with that. And then the time, because I learned the supreme consciousness, energy, light, and life that from the divine radiance of the Most High. Then I try to visit the hell. When I visit the hell, I look for Lucifer. I look for Satan there, and the time that I meet Lucifer in the astral, I ask Lucifer, where is your room in the hell? Then I will request an aircon for the hell, because the hell is very hot. Then I don't like hot, because I don't like I like in a cold place, air conditioned place. Then I asked Lucifer, what's your favorite? What's your menu here? Do you have your menu here, or do you have coffee? Then Lucifer will give me coffee. And then I would like to request Lucifer, could I stay here for a longer period of time? And then Lucifer will refuse you. No, 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 no. You can destroy the hell. You are not fit here, because you can destroy the hell. But you yourself is enjoying talking and having coffee with Lucifer. You yourself is enjoying having coffee with Satan in the hell. You are not tortured by the hell, because you are beyond that concept of belief. And that's why I said everything that you believe here will have a corresponding truth in the astral. But you at this time are going beyond that concept. And when you find out during actual experience that what you believe is true in the astral, and it's not an illusion, because actually you will see all the people there who are actually in that concept of belief, but they did not do good while they're having their physical body during earthly existence, or during Martian existence, or during any whatever ever the parlance or the sector of life they are existing, not necessarily in this earth but in some other planets as well. So you will see them in the astral realm, and there you will experience that how beautiful, how blissful life would be, having powerful divine connection, because even the hell will not accept you, because accepting you in the hell can cause trouble of the hell, and you are not vulnerable with hell. That's it. But when you are that kind of belief, when you are that kind of level of awareness, you are tortured by the fire of the hell if you are not doing good. So this is my point. When we realize that how powerful the humans having the energies of the angels of the supreme light, it is really, really powerful, and you will realize that how you are blissful, how you are really blissful, existing life in the mortal physical, existing life in the astral dimension or astral dominion, and existing life in the advanced inner realm. We are going to ascend into higher dimension, and the way to do that is arrange yourself, arrange we are going to arrange our lives to ascend into higher dimension. And there is also one thing, as part of your conscious astral journey, try to visit consciously in the astral, and try to visit all those souls who to whom you know they are doing what we are doing in the physical existence. Then they already died and they are already there in the astral. Try to see if how are they in the astral realm. Are they suffering? Are they having okay life, finer life, or good life in the astral? Then you will notice that many souls are really suffering in the astral realm, because that is the level of your consciousness. That is the level of their consciousness in the astral. So we must be able to discern by this time that this is the precise time where we are going to do our holistic art. Holistic art that can put us aligned with the higher cell, or with the supreme cell. That's why I said our oneness is not oneness with all the illusions. Our oneness is oneness with all the stars. Oneness with all the stars in heaven. Okay, from Marivic, hell reminds me how Satan looks, and how I fought with him, and how he kicked me out from hell. Yes, Satan would not like to see your energy, Marivic, because it's no good for him. There is no harmony. Your energy is with no harmony with him, and the hell. So that's why after you learn art of life, you visit again the hell and have coffee with Satan, and tell him that this is just a sort of experience. It could be your experience. Tell him that put aircon on your room here in the hell, so that I could visit you often, and let's have coffee or let's have tea. And he will refuse if you keep going visiting there, because you can destroy the hell. That's it. So that's why, by the truth that we have, by the truth that you have, even the entire empire of hell cannot overcome. You just imagine, even the entire empire of the hell cannot overcome you, because you are in the most powerful foundation of truth, which is the supreme super light, which is the supreme super light. So that's why I would say to everyone, enhance your art of life 172, because why are you afraid of bad spirit? Why are you afraid of the bad spirit? Because as I said, bad spirit are on the early stage, at the early stage of their spiritual development. They are not high. They are, compared to the power that you have, we cannot even imagine how low the power of the bad spirit. But because of the fears that you feel, you are thinking that, oh, they are powerful. They are powerful. And we must be afraid of them, because they can cause us harm. No, they cannot cause us harm. And in fact, you can be the gods of bad spirit, but influence them to do good. Because more of the bad spirit, they are they're like mindless ghosts, that what they think is just to create trouble, or they are mischievous. That's why they are called bad spirit, but they are not powerful. You, as human being having the light of the angel, you are powerful. That's why in the astral realm you can illustrate what you can do if you learn angels contact and connection. You can rid off an ocean of demonic souls. The oceans of demonic souls, they are connecting. That's why they are oceans of demonic souls. But in the time that you can see them, do not be consumed by demonic souls in the astral. Because if you are a weak soul, you don't have knowledge on spiritual martial arts, the possibility is you will be devoured. You shall be devoured. You shall be consumed by the demonic souls because there are oceans of demonic souls in the astral. But because you are powerful soul, you can rid them off right away by one gesture of art of life. So that's why how necessary or how essential for a soul to learn angels contacts and connection. The answer is not, it is not important, but it is essential. Meaning you can ascend your life if you can tackle down your human weaknesses or your soul weaknesses in the astral. And the astral realm is not the heaven, it's not the paradise. But it looks like there is paradise. If there is hell in the astral, there is also paradise. But it's not the highest dimension where the soul will ascend. The soul will ascend with the physical body after the transformation of the physical body into finer body, which is not carbon life foundation, will ascend into the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light. But if the person is trapped with the games of life here in the mortal physical, so people, everything that the people will do or someone will do, craving for the future of his life in the physical plane. So that's the choice of a soul, to have treasure, to have wealth in the material existence, wherein you can only exist in your physical body for just 100 years or less than 100 years. Because when you reach at age someone or the common people reaching at age 100, they are very happy because they are 100 years old. But when you look at the physical body is suffering. That's the concept here, the common concept. But if you are in the astral realm, you're aging 1,000 years old in the astral realm and suffering for equivalent 1,000 years here in the physical existence, you are suffering in the astral 1,000 years. But if you you are having a blissful life, powerful astral body because you are in good health in your astral body, astral vehicle, staying 10,000 years in the astral, you are enjoying the different meaning of life, blissfulness of life, experiencing all the meaning, the wonders of life in the astral realm. So you see the point. So that's why the physical existence is the lower frequency and the lowest frequency. And there is even more lowest. I don't know. There is the lowest dimension, which is the first dimension when it comes to existence of life in the elementary, associated in the elementary things of nature, because they are just having only one element. We humans having many elements, we cannot count the elements that we have. Basically we have known our elements: water element, the body comprising of 75 to 80% water. Then fire element, so we breathe, so we have fire element. The way, because we breathe, we extrovert because we breathe. And we have the element of the body, the physical body, and the fire element, the temperature, the warm and cold. And those are elements, but there are so many elements that we have because we human beings. And some of the lives in the mortal physical don't have many elements. They only have one element. So that's why even on the elemental side, the fair side, for example, there are fairs having only one element. So that's why when you can visit their realm, they will bow down before you because you are powerful. Much more if you master your spiritual martial arts. Okay, you're right, GM. Encourage bad to do good. Tell those black become silver color. Yes, that's right. That's right, Marivic. So we are light warriors. You are light warriors. And light workers must be a light warrior by this time. Because if you are a light worker, then you are not a light warrior. You are defeated by the negative energies because negative energies are really lingering in the surroundings and they are looking as if powerful. But if you are a light warrior, you can overcome, you can defeat all your enemies because their powers are not enough to counter the positive energies that you have. Why you are powerful? because you're having your oneness with the most powerful foundation in life, your oneness with the supreme super light angels. So that's the reason why the supreme master of wisdom is bridging us divine radiance, so that we can tackle down every negative energy in our life, every negative energy that shall be coming to attack us. So we are not vulnerable with viruses. We are not vulnerable with negative psychic attacks. This is important for everybody. Anyway, life is a matter of choice. If we want to ascend our life into higher dimension, okay, this is the precise lesson that we are going to perform. But then if our choice, because the level of our awareness is to have to develop our wealth in the physical existence, okay, that's it. You have the freedom. Everyone has the freedom to do it. What is our choice? And our responsibility is to share the knowledge, so that people will be aided to make their choice in life. So creating we are creating a school for inner study in the physical. So that's our site. So that's why we are arranging our site, gradually developing the site, so that people can go there and can do their inner discovery. And then as we go forward, by the blessings of the Most High, so we can develop the site and can even expand the site, not for us, but for the people, for everybody, so that the time will come, we have a place to do our activities right there in our site. And by the blessings of the Most High, we are expanding the development in our site. And not only in this place but in the different parts of the country, because as I said, if there are so many spiritual energy stations in the different places of the world, so people will be aided on their spiritual journey, because it's different when you do your inner exercise in the place having high frequency. If you do your exercise in the place having higher frequency, it will add on the effectiveness of your exercises when it comes when it comes the condition of the physical body to receive, align, and adapt, because the energy from the supreme master is already very very powerful, and we need to do something for the physical body, so that the physical body is able to receive, align, and adapt that powerful energy. Without training the muscles, without training the physical body, the body can feel difficulty on how it is on how to receive powerful energy from the Supreme Master of Heaven. Okay, so again, good morning to everyone and to all the the practitioners joining the conference, and for all the visitors, if there are visitors that join our conference. Okay, and the art of life is spiritual martial arts. Okay, as I had discussed about art of life. Art of life is spiritual martial arts, where all the gestures of art of life are extremely powerful, because Dunasya vibrations of angels contacts and connection, Dunay vibrations of powerful energies from the supreme shell, consciousness, energy, light, and life. So instructions from the Supreme Master of Wisdom to aid to usher the ascension of life. So meaning we are going to usher the ascension of life from this dimension into higher dimension. So the way to do it is we are going to share the message of the Supreme Master of Wisdom to enlighten the people. And we are light workers, light warrior, light workers. Anyway, this is one thing. Not all light workers are light warriors. Light workers without spiritual martial arts cannot survive the trials of negative energies in the planet. Light workers who are spiritual martial arts and depending on the divine connection that they are holding, it must be the most powerful truth. and the absolute truth that they are going to use so that they will become a true light warrior and they can overcome the negative energies that are lingering in the surrounding that will try to block them on their journey towards spiritual awakening. So that's why many light workers, and in fact, actually there are so many light workers working for light working activities, and they are good. They are good because they have the heart to help the people, to enlighten the people. And what we are going to share with everyone also, we can add to supplement plus to supplement what are other things are needed. What are other things are needed? So what we can supplement is angels connection. Anyway, this is very vital because to become a true light worker, we must train ourselves to become light warrior. We can survive against negative psychic attacks. We are not vulnerable with viruses. Look at the situation. People are really terrified with the virus because thousands or millions of people died by the virus. Why? Because they don't have inner cultivation. And when they look at for the solution of the problem, they will resort into knowledge. They are not going to resort into wisdom. So that's why if the modality of wisdom is applied, people will resort into inner cultivation. But because it's very close heart, close minded people when it comes to spiritual thing, okay, that's the burden. That's also the burden because when talking about spiritual solution, people will not buy out. So that's why it is level of soul awakening. With our soul awakening, okay, who will benefit if you have that soul awakening? Anyway, if you are having soul awakening, okay, you will benefit of your own deeds out of your choice, out of your choice. But if your choice is really on the material side, okay, look for the solutions until you are exhausted and until you are tired. You are tired because we can only survive, humans could only survive how many years on their physical existence, and right after that they will go into the astral and be trapped in the astral without learning the most vital essence in life. And this is not to terrify the people, but we are sharing with them very vital information that will really, really, really happen to anyone without being prepared in the spiritual side. So that's why I would like everyone to have an experience of unconscious astral journey, not only once, but should be permanent, and it will become the normal activities in your life that whenever the time you go relax on your physical body, but you continue your journey consciously in the astral realm, and until the point that you go to school. Where is that school? It is beyond in the astral realm. It is in the advanced spiritual study. Okay, there are three, as I said, there are three kinds of inner realms: the Amestra, Gradam, and Morka. The first refers to the supreme grand inner realm. Second refers to the grand inner realm. Then the third refers to the advanced inner realm. Okay, the first is the highest inner realm. Why it is the highest? Because we cannot even define it. We can only say that it is the highest because human words or human ways could not suffice to describe that kind of inner realm. So that's why it is the highest. So because we cannot define it by our human ways, we will just not talk more further about it. We will just not for we'll just elaborate. We will not just go beyond what we can do because there's no possibility we can explain it. We can only say that it is the highest. Then the next is the supreme God in a realm. The supreme is referring to the realm of the supreme superlight angels. They are the highest angels among all the angels humans ever known. That's why this time they are revealed as supreme superlight angels. They are not the angels having wings, and they are not angels having speed because angels can fly, but not necessarily they are going to fly when they visit here in the planet, when they visit in the different dimensions, because they can do teleportation. more than the speed of human thoughts, more than the speed of thought. They can reach anywhere that you would like. They want to reach. So that's why their energy is not is not susceptible. Their energy cannot. Their energy is consuming fire nature. So humans in the physical body and carbon life body are not cannot fit to receive, align, and adapt the the real nature of divine regions of the supreme superlight angels. That's why there is need first transformation of the physical body. This thing, this part, I would like to share the message to everyone, every light worker in the entire planet. That's why when the higher beings and the persons in the beings of supreme superlight angels, they cannot do mass landing because that is not the program to have mass landing to terrify all the people, because one or a single supreme superlight angels, when revealing the real nature of their light, of his light, when the angels will reveal the nature, the real nature of their light, it will consume the entire multi-physical, because the nature of God is consuming fire nature. It can even consume the fire of the sun. So how can someone in the mortal physical body survive the consuming fire nature of God? How can someone in the mortal physical state of existence survive the consuming fire nature of the supreme superlight angels? So that's why the ascension process will need transformation of the physical body into super light body, so that it can receive, align, and adapt. It is capable to receive, align, and adapt consuming fire nature of God. So the time that when there will be final judgment, God will reveal himself to the entire planet. So it means to say that there is already transformation for all people that will ascend life from this dimension into higher dimension. But then for the people that cannot ascend because they feel their gradual transformation in this precise manner, there is bridging of divine regions of the Supreme Master of Wisdom. There is madungar sa day, saba na sila day. There is a bridging of divine regions from the Supreme Master. Now, the bridge here on earth. So, when there is this bridging of light from the Supreme Master of Wisdom, there is gradual transformation. There is gradual transformation of the physical body transforming into carbon, from carbon life foundation into super light body. So when it comes the final unveiling, that people call it God because it is the long prayers of the people that God will come to launch divine intervention. So people that believe in God will be saved from the oppressions of this world. Many people are suffering in the entire planet. That's why they pray to God that they will be saved on the coming days. Plus the natural course of the planet. The planet is will undergo the process of purification. So that is revolution of energies. Plus the uh, per- plus the human's destiny when it comes to governance, conflicts against nation. So will experience war, illness, famine, and death. So people will experience the four: famine, death, war, and sickness. So when these trials of life, tests of time, these trials are happening. And in fact, it's already now ongoing because people are having sufferings from since the histories of time, history repeating itself. People are suffering. That's why people in the concept and the belief that there is God, they are praying that God will come to save them from the oppressions of the world. And here comes, time will come. There shall be final judgment that God will reveal to the people to save them from the oppressions of the world. That's why If that time shall come, the first question is, do the people are ready to face the real nature of of God? Are the people are ready to face the real nature of God? That God is a consuming fire. So this is the point. If we want to arrange our life and to higher ascension, okay, we must do by this time inner cultivation. And inner cultivation is adapt the bridging of divine radiance of the Most High, because this is the precise manner how we are going to ready to prepare ourselves into the final ascension of life. It's not actually direct rapture, because the Bible is talking about rapture. Those who are believers of God in the person of the Lord Jesus Christ, and those who are dead shall be resurrected, and those who are remain living people together with those who are going to resurrect shall going to ascend into higher dimension. They shall be caught up by the clouds, because as I said, the ancient writer of the Bible are describing the manifestations of the angels, the manifestations of God, and to pillars of clouds or clouds of fire. That is the term used by the ancient people, ancient writer. So now here comes now the rapture. For example, people who are going to ascend, they shall be caught up by the clouds and to meet the Lord in the air, and so they will be with God. So they will be with the Most High. But there is a precise lessons for that, because how we are going to prepare ourselves into the final rapture. But I'm not talking about rapture, because that is used by the religious term. Anyway, that is true. That is true, because but the thing which is lacking in that uh, page is, what are the precise procedure we are going to prepare ourselves for the final ascension. And that's why it is one thing that I would like to share the information to all the light workers in the world, how we are going to arrange our life for the final ascension, because it is not just belief, mere belief, it must be soul realization, because the precise lesson is soul realization, how we are going to expand our consciousness. We are not only consciousness, we are cell. If we will say we are consciousness, okay, how powerful your energy by being a consciousness. So we are cell. We are basically generally cell in the category of consciousness, energy, light, and life. But then okay, we are energy, light, and life. Consciousness, we are cell. Okay, how are we going to connect with our cell with the supreme cell and arrange this physical body, arrange your physical body to receive, align, and adapt supreme cell? Then at the time of final unveiling, you are ready, because the light of the supreme master, the light of the real supreme master of heaven, the light of the real supreme God is can even consume the light or the fire of the sun. So if people carbon life foundation cannot survive the light of the sun, how much more the light of the supreme Lord God of heaven? So that's why the final time of the humans in the planet, and not only the humans in the planet, but every people in every planet having civilization in the mortal physical existence, divine intervention would need divine intervention. Without divine intervention, no one can come into the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light. So it means to say, therefore, we can make a conclusion that every mortal existence of the entire universe is not yet member of the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light, because it will undergo a certain process of purification. Why it needs to undergo certain process of purification? Because the destiny of every life, every existence in the mortal physical is to ascend into higher dimension, because that is the order of reality. We are not going to descend, even we are accepting the truth or not, whether we like it or not, but it is the natural course of nature that we are going to ascend, and we will be taught. by nature itself how we are going to ascend. So that's why everything that is happening now in the entire planet is part of the natural process of the planet's purification. It's not punishment of God. God will never punish because God is love. We do not understand the nature of the love of God. The nature of the love of God for everyone is for us to grow up into bigger life. It's not for us to descend life into the mundane and we will go back to ashes because there is like that man came from the ashes, so it will go back, it will go back into ashes also. But it's not, because you are not belong to the earth. You are not belong to the earth, you are belong to the stars. So that's why you are a star seed. You are a star seed life, and your purpose here on planet is you are now in the surface of the earth because you are going to answer the ascension of life from this dimension into higher dimension. There are so many information about life that we should understand and we should discover by this time so that we can realize the meaning. So that's why the three kinds of the inner realm that I'm talking about are important in our soul realization. So the first is the highest, the second is the supreme, the second is the grand, and the third is advanced. The advanced is advanced in the realm. When talking about the first two, the Amesra and Gradam, the supreme and the grand, that is beyond the advanced multidimensional level of creation belongs to the Murka 14 and the 15 elemental dimension. So, okay, to make it clarified, okay, when I'm talking about advanced inner realm, so it is more comprising of 15 elemental dimension. So the first and the second and the third, that still refers to the supreme super light, consuming fire nature of the angels, representing the consuming fire nature of God. Then their powers are so high it can even consume the light of the sun. Then the fourth to the 13th are called Monhandrim Balhadrim advanced elementals, higher dimension. Then the 14th to 15th, that refers to the cosmos, corresponds to the third dimension of the world. So the third dimension refers to the cosmos, comprising of all the galaxies, comprising of all the heavenly bodies, and every galaxy comprising of countless of stars. And there is final unveiling later on. But by this time we don't have seen the different civilizations of the different galaxies because we are in the mortal physical, and there is veiling by this time, and there shall be unveiling. But those guys who have already advanced their study and decided to ascend before the time designated for that final ascension, so they are already ascended, and they already discovered that there are civilizations in the different galaxies, in the different stars. And science, our science today, that's why I said that our science are studying nature, but then higher beings are not studying nature, they are creating nature. So what's the big difference? You can see the big difference now. The big difference is we humans in the planet, we are studying about nature, what's nature, so this is vital essence of nature. But higher beings are already creating nature, they are creating nature. You see the big difference. So that's why this thing shall not be discovered yet by this time, because there is still veiling. The veiling is comprising of dimension. This is dimensional energies. So without this being rid of, so people, science cannot see that there is civilizations in some other planets. But then later on, there is a big boom, the big boom that is part of the segment of the planet's purification, a big boom that will open up the inner, and people will see, and it will be revealed that there are many people in the entire cosmos. So that's why people will go in the higher, but worst for those who are not prepared because they cannot align the energy. So that's why there is tribulation And there is great tribulation. In the first level of the tribulation, people will suffer viruses, hunger and sickness, death. The first level of tribulation, people shall experience viruses, sickness and death. Because of the virus, people will die because they will get sick, and because of the viruses, because of the sickness, because of that calamity, people will experience hunger. So not only people will die by the viruses, many people shall die because of famine, because of they don't have food to eat, and they have money but they cannot buy because there are no stocks available, they cannot buy. So that's why it's not the right the right decision when we are only going to prepare ourselves materially. We must prepare ourselves spiritually. Then now there is now the instruction from the Supreme Master to guide the people to be ready for the bigger events. Bigger events, we shall be always guided what we are going to do. What are the things that we are going to prepare? Inner cultivation, art of survival. Why we are being commanded by this time by our divine guidance to be ready for the coming events? Because time for bigger events are actually coming. Wherein we are forced to learn by nature itself. We are forced. Everyone shall be experiencing because nature is teaching us how to survive. But if we are going to fail our lessons, okay, where shall we go? We shall go into the astral unready. We are not yet ready for that because we are not training ourselves for the vital lessons in life. But then if we can survive because we are having complete surrender to the most powerful foundation in life, which is the spiritual foundation, now being bridged by the Supreme Master of Heaven from the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light. I could call it supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of light. But there is another governance which is part of this governance, the higher of this governance. It's not found here in the more in the cosmos, but its own higher dimension. That's why there are so many things you should discover when you do conscious astral journey. Then after conscious astral journey, proceed to advanced spiritual study. In that concern, once we have learned conscious astral journey, so you will meet the spiritual personnel from the advanced inner realm that will connect you into the beyond stars and planets. So this is the point. If we are not ready for the coming trials of time, bigger trials of time, so we cannot survive. For example, tribulation. There is no food to eat. You have money, you have all the wealth, you have money, gold, silver, you have the materials, but there is you cannot buy. You cannot buy. So what shall we do with your money? But because you are training in inner discovery, art of survival, even though without food to eat, you can still eat the food of nature, which is more delicious. Okay, take note, which is more delicious than the food that we eat, the usual food that we eat. The usual food that we eat comprising of toxins. So toxins are poisonous. It will gradually ruin your physical body. But when you eat the vital essences of nature, it is more delicious and it's more powerful. You will survive even not by the count of week, months, but by the count of years. You can still survive and enjoying the food that you eat, vital essence of nature, and that's the time that you can see the that life has really many wonders in life, because the time that your physical body is cleansed up with all those toxins, all those negative energy contaminations from the food that you eat, that's the time that you can see wider meaning of your life, because you can easily soar up into the astral realm and even beyond the astral realm. So that's why getting enhanced on your astral journey, locate the spiritual world. Try to see if where is the spiritual world, and to have at least have a glimpse and part of your realization of what's the nature of the astral world. Then you will discover that it is beyond your imagination. The spiritual world is beyond your imagination. So that's why when talking about people talking about a spiritual world, They make it generalized when anything that cannot be seen, that belongs to the spirit world because it is invisible. But the spiritual world is not really like that. The spiritual world is something that we should have actual experience so that we can arrange ourselves to go deeper, and we have at least the outline of what we are going to do. Now this is a practice because we are given the opportunity from the divine guidance of the Supreme Master of Wisdom, wherein we are going to prepare ourselves in a precise manner. It is in alignment. When I'm talking about precise manner, it is already in alignment towards real ascension into higher dimension. There are two kinds of ascension. That's why I put it in the book: ascension by technology and ascension by spirituality. We are going to ascend by spirituality. And ascension by spirituality does not mean that we are going to lose our physical body. In fact, those who are dead, they don't have their physical body anymore, but they are there in the astral dimension, guided by the Supreme Master of Wisdom because they are connected with the Supreme Self. They are given another physical body to transform. So in what way they are given physical body? The higher beings can create nature, so it is very easier for them to create a physical body. So there's no problem with that because if you are a higher being, you can make this glass into a physical body. And why there is a need for the physical body? Because the physical body is a vehicle for the soul, and all the informations of supreme shell and grand shell shall be united in a physical body. And to comprise the complete wholeness, you need that physical body, so that the merging of the advanced elemental body is there complete. Without the physical body, vital essences of the physical body, vital essences of your consciousness shall shattered into smaller pieces, and it will linger in the different dimensions, the minor dimensions and advanced dimensions. Then then the consciousness, 99% of the consciousness is deducted from the wholeness of the consciousness. So, meaning a soul that loses astral body is actually shattered into we'll just put it in this way, we'll just shattered into a smaller pieces, and consciousness in that kind shall be shall be delegated into the lower plane of existence. When I'm talking about lower plane of existence, in in the first dimension, we're in having only one element, and it will take thousands, millions of years to gather back all those elements. So that's why it is very vital by this time that our journey is into ascension, not descension. After we have this, we have this, we are in this sector of human beings. We are now in the sectors of human being. We are now in the sectors of this evolution and of life, wherein we are going to ascend. We are going to ascend from this dimension into higher dimension. And belief is okay because it will help us, and it is the primary level of our understanding. We should have belief. That's why we must harness our belief to align with the higher foundation of truth, which is the spiritual foundation. And the way is getting familiar with the Supreme Master of Wisdom, Supreme Superlight Angels, and that's it. When I That's the reason. That's that will suffice confirm to the statement. No one can come to the Father except those people that will believe the Most High. So if it is from the word of the Supreme Master in the person of Lord Jesus Christ, no one comes to the Father. Kung dili moagi niya, it should be moagi niya, but it is not to be constructed in that way because other cultures will not allow. Because as I said, the Supreme Master has embodiment in the different physical body in the different cultures of the world. We could make it in this way. No one can come to the supreme governance of the infinite cosmic family of life without accepting the truth of the Supreme Master of Heaven on his bridging of divine radiance of the Most High. So that's why this is now actual illustration. The actual illustration is we are not going to make miracle because that is beyond our potential. We cannot do miracle because it's God's authority. It's God's authority. But we can teach the people. We can teach the people the manner how we are going to connect to the Supreme Master of Heaven, to the Most High, in a holistic art. If you have, as I said, if you have unhealthy physical body, it's difficult because you cannot fulfill your job. If you have unhealthy soul, it's difficult because you cannot fulfill your job. You cannot you cannot have a healthy body because you cannot have a healthy mind. This is precisely correct because if you can see the heart and the mind of the people having powerful muscles because they do bodybuilding, but their mind is corrupted with all the evilness. They are guilty within. They are guilty inside. Moment that they are going to relax, they don't have real peace and harmony because they are guilty within. Because by nature itself, no soul is really evil. No soul is really bad. Well, we are humans. We are in the sector of the human beings. There is actually no person being bad. By faith only, by the evil course of bad destiny, because of the influence of the surroundings or the situation, they had turned into bad. So that's why there is the healing of life needed by this time. Not to condemn the people in the wrong way, but to enlighten them to become positive. Because even though gradual, but there is still moment and time that they shall realize for the things that will really matter in their lives, because they are going to stay here in a planet, let's say 100 years old in the physical body, but to suffer in the astral realm for thousands of years, being tortured by the demonic energies in the realm, by being trapped in the mundane side of choice of life. So it must be at this time that the people should be enlightened. So that's my when I talk about my lectures in the site or anywhere, I always ask Haligim Roslan to record my message because time will come. It is needed by the people. It is really needed by the people. Because those who would like to look for the strongest or the most powerful foundation in life must resort into the art of life 172. Must resort the art of life 172 because it is a spiritual martial arts. Even you can confirm it during your conscious astral journey. What you can do if you learn art of life 172. Okay, anyway, this is the point. You can memorize easily the art of life 172. I can let someone to take video of all the gestures art of life 172. Then you can do it. You can memorize it. But without final initiation, nobody will connect to you to the transmission being released by the Supreme Master of Wisdom. It is an ordinary gesture. Okay, take note. Those are ordinary gestures. But when does that gestures become supreme? Okay, by the time you are connected to the transmission of the Supreme Triple Archangel. So there is now a procedure given by the Supreme Master of Wisdom. That is what is called Lightship Initiation. So Lightship Initiation, you are registered. You are registered with that connection, meaning you are having received a line. You receive a line and adapt the bridging like divine regions of the Most High. So that's why the gestures of art of life are simple, and but it's useful. So when you practice Art of Life 172, you have memorized all the gestures. That's quietly good. And to receive, align, and adapt the bridging of divine radiance, okay, join the activities of the ushering of ascension of life of the people into higher dimension. And this is what we are doing right now. This is not this is the thing that we are doing right now, and you are having listening me here. Then at the time will come also people will listen to you. I am not the one who keep talking about all of these lessons, but for this time I am the one to share with you the lessons because the lessons of the Supreme Master release is on myself, is on my mind. So that's why I'm going to write the book. But then, as much as you can, you have to take record of my message and keep it, because the time will come, people will need it. People will need it, and you should have mastered that lessons, because you are teachers of art life 172. When talking about you are teachers of art of life 172, I'm not teacher. My designation is not a teacher, but I'm going to share with you the lesson, so that's why I'm, as I said, I'm looking for teachers of art of life 172. They are actually teachers of art of life 172, teachers of wisdom that will usher the ascension of life from this planet into higher dimension. And the people needs you. The people do really need you, because you can teach angels compassion and connection, and share, let us share the message of the Supreme Master of Heaven in way of holistic art. People will accept it, because nobody would not like to be well. Nobody would not like to become healthy. Everyone needs to be healthy. And if someone will deny to become healthy, it's a choice. But majority people, 99.9% people would like to become healthy. People would like to feel balance and harmony. And we are in the scientific way. So it means to say we are mechanist also. Meaning, if we are mechanist, we are not going with all belief alone, but we are going with scientific way. So that's why we will not despise knowledge, we will not despise wisdom. We are going to integrate everything while we are on our conscious astral journey, advanced spiritual study. So it's there that you can get more enlightenment in the actual way. So meaning you can realize your soul. You are going to have soul realization. So that's why this is important, friends, brothers, and sisters, that we are going to have in our life holistic art. A holistic art. Anyway, people will call you crazy, because even the scientists, before they are going to fulfill their masterpiece, people will call them they are crazy. Crazy guys. But then later on, when the scientists succeed on their masterpiece, okay, they will realize that the scientist is okay. In fact, they authored the the development of science today. So likewise, also we authored the development of spiritual awakening, not only for the few people, but for the entire humanity, because we are going to represent the message of the Supreme Master for the people, but we are not the Supreme Master. Me myself, I'm sharing with you the lessons, but I'm not the Supreme Master. I am the servant of the Most High, and we are the servant of the Most High to usher the ascension of life from this planet into higher dimension. Because for after all the efforts, we shall be rewarded. We will be rewarded. And what is the reward for the effort? We will become one in this oneness with all. We can ascend life into higher dimension. So with now the planet is, I think, almost 8 billion people around the world. People say we are now almost 7, we are now 7 billion people around the world, but it's not. It's more or less 8 to 9 billion people around the world. And plus the people associated in the nature. So we'll just say it, nature. So that's why we're getting well acquaintance with the different existence of lives. Now people are believing that there are another civilization, because they say UFO, and people also say that those are satellites. Anyway, regardless of their speculate or their belief doesn't matter, because we have the precise lesson. The precise lesson, continue doing your precise lesson, because it will lead you into the deeper side of inner discovery. Okay, so that's why the book is important. You just keep reading the book. And even though, don't you worry with my English in the book, because it's my second language, English. So I'll just try myself to write it in English language, so that people can understand. Anyway, doesn't matter, because the point is discern the the message of wisdom from the Supreme Master of Wisdom. For after all, the trials in life, after all the difficulties that people will experience once they are able to ascend, successfully ascend into higher dimension. Everything is gone when it comes to the difficulties in the mortal physical life. What we must save our physical body. Although people, the natural course by faith, the physical body will die. But once you can gather all the informations of your vital informations on your spiritual side from your physical body, your connectivity with nature, you can create another physical body. So that's why people that discover the secret, they go ahead already, and they're gone, but they're still existing, not here in this mortal physical dimension, but on another dimension, closer with the human dimension. But anyway, this is another thing. People will tell us more we are crazy, but it's okay. Because you yourself have the understanding what do we mean. So that's why the mystery of life, the mystical side of life, and we cannot deny that life is a mystery. That's why people are, even the scientists are looking for a much more clarification information about life until the point in time that they will discover the the secret, the vital secret of life. You are a spiritual scientist. We are also mechanists. We are spiritual scientists. So that's why we must be we must be not in the negative side, but we must be proud that we are in the inner cultivation because we are spiritual scientists. You are a spiritual scientist. So that's why you can enlighten the people in this journey of life, not to suffer in the physical world, not to suffer life in the astral dimension, because it is really definite thing that shall happen to someone without being prepared in the spiritual side to suffer life in the astral dominion, because the astral dominion is comprising of all different vibrations, positive, negative, negative, positive. So if we have this polarity in the mortal physical, much more in the astral dimension, because in the astral dominion it is there that every sector in the mortal physical will meet together. Those existence in the physical, those souls that lost their physical body, so they are in the astral dominion. So that's why if you can see here in the physical body, because you are psychic, you can see thousands of souls, millions of souls in the astral dominion, oceans of demonic souls, you can see them. You just imagine. Then if you don't have powerful shielding, then you will be consumed by the ocean of demonic souls if you are weak. So that's why if you have art of life, you cannot meet that kind of demonic souls. But then if provided, because it is the intention of your will to visit and to see that kind of souls, okay, you can do it, because you can just simply think and then you are there. So that's why you need not to find the address in the astral dimension, because you are clairvoyant. The time that you think, okay, you can immediately open the veil and you will see what you want to see. So that's why if you are in the belief that there is hell, try to visit hell and say to Satan, could we have a sparring for a little bit? A little while we have sparring because we need warm up. Then Lucifer or Satan will smile at you and would say, okay, yeah, you're right, guy. Yeah, you're okay. So it means to say you are a friend of the negative and the positive, because negative and positive could not harm you. You are only harmed because you believe that that is bad and that is really bad and that is really bad. You look at by this time. If you are going to ask, if we are going to ask, did anyone see Lucifer? Did anyone see Satan? No, we cannot see Satan. We cannot see the evil, but we can always see the evil in the presence of man. So who are the evil? Who are the Lucifer? Men, humans in the negative side. But if you look out also, who are the people of God? Who are in the good side? Men also. So that's why the illusion of consciousness in this mortal physical is quietly big. It's quietly big. And without us understanding, we cannot discern which path we are going to choose. to walk our life. Okay, today is Dubukan inner cultivation. So it is another term for cultivation that I use. It is fasting, but actually it's not fasting. To make it clear, it is not fasting. It is inner cultivation. So office 5. So office 5, we are going to use water. So anybody can join on this inner cultivation. But okay, because we have different time, I will make it clear for people that for those people who are different, we are not the same time here in the country. It just you'll just synchronize with our time, except for the conscious astral travel, because usually conscious astral travel you will do it during the time you go to sleep at night. But because we are not the same time, so here is morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Okay, 7. It's already 7 a.m. So it's time to eat our breakfast. We use water. But for inner cultivation, we are going to synchronize our time. How we are going to synchronize our time? Okay, I'll ask someone, it's on page of Hariging Roslan, to announce here we will begin usually inner cultivation. We will begin at exactly 12 midnight. So if the announcement is already posted at Facebook account of Halim Roslan, so it means to say that we are going to begin the inner cultivation at exactly 12 midnight. So it means to say that you cannot any longer, if you would like, if you will join, you cannot any longer eat the usual food that you eat every day. You'll just use water. It is automatic. I'll just offer a sort of meditation if you have time. Then if you don't have time, okay, that's okay. It is automatic connection. So drink water. Drink water for the male, because this is inner cultivation. You should drink water. Do not allow that you cannot drink water, because the office that we are going to use is office 5. And right after that, if you want to eat your meal in the morning, okay, you drink water in the morning. Then if you want to eat your snack, okay, you eat your snack. Then meal in the afternoon, then snacks, then meal in the evening, or you proceed at 12 midnight. So it is comprising of 24 hours. So 24 hours, and then after 24 hours you can go back to normal food that you eat. Okay. Okay, if you have your glass of water, so have your glass of water so that we can eat together, and we are going to bless the water so that we can eat together for our breakfast. So this is our breakfast. So I'll give you a few minutes. You can prepare your water. Then we will eat together for our breakfast. Then we'll get back online. Okay, what's the schedule for the next online?
Same yesterday, Jim, is 8:30.
Okay, at 8:30 I'll be online.
One hour from now.
An hour from now, we'll get back. So an hour from now, so okay, we'll get back. So this is conference. So we are being guided by the divine connection of Supreme Master of Wisdom, Supreme Master of Star, Supreme Super Light, angels. So we will see what we can do when we get back. Then because I'm planning to discuss the contents of the book, because so many things that I would like to discuss about the book. And then as much as you can, if you can record the discussion, okay, do it, because as I said, time will come, people will need it. People will need it the way that people will need you on the coming time, because not all people learn. Not so many people learn angels contacts and connection. So the education of angels contacts and connection is right now, right here, right now. Once you have that lesson, you can share it, because it is holistic art, and it is proven effective. In fact, in the Hilot, for example, Hilot people are looking for Dukan Hilot specialists, because they found it different. They found it different, much more if you mastered, if you can master the lessons. The Dukan has lessons, and Hilot is one of the component parts of the Dukan. Then the very main lessons of the Dukan is Art of Life 172. It is linked to spirituality. So that's why the Wukan is a code of life. It is a code of life. It is not to contradict any other system, but it will synchronize with any other system. Because knowledge and wisdom, foundation of knowledge and wisdom, You are the light of knowledge, you are the light of wisdom, and many souls need you because every soul will go into the process of awakening. On this coming time, we are now undergoing the process of awakening, and the higher process of awakening is about to come, and we maintain the blissfulness of our lives. People got depressed because they do not understand life. But why you get depressed and torture yourself? Because all those illusions are playing on your mind, are playing in your emotion. So this is the time to heal. This is the time to heal. You let us know the truth because the truth will set us free. Let us know the truth because the truth will set us free. Okay, you have now your glass of water. So I bless this water and make this water. Okay, hold your water. Asking the blessings of the Supreme Master of Heaven through Supreme Superlight Angels to bless this water and make this water vital essence of nature to fill us with much energy for the body, mind, soul, and spirit. Okay, we can drink all together the water that we have. Okay, friends, brothers and sisters, all practitioners of the Wukan, the entire planet, let us celebrate life in our oneness with all the stars. Hasta la vista and see you later on. Good luck.